There's a lot of important issues in this election. Freedom is at stake on so many fronts. Ultimately, that's what's at stake in almost every election, but I don't think any election more so than this one. We look at how we are dissembling our military. We look at how we are disrespected by our enemies and distrusted by our allies. As a president continually appeases those who seek to do us harm, and continually betrays our best and closest allies. We all know about what's going on in the Middle East right now, and it's a tempest. It's a tempest that's brewing. It's already affecting oil prices. You see the bellicosity of Iran beginning to amp up. Just last week, a website that's tied to the Grand Ayatollah referred to Israel as a cancer that had to be excised. Pointed out the three major population centers of Israel where they're the highest concentration of Jews, and said that we would not need a lot of missiles to wipe out the Jews in Israel, and for that matter, ultimately wipe out all Jews. Yes, that's what they said. And it was reprinted and linked on a variety of government websites of what their objective is, how that they are a stain on the Middle East and need to be expunged. And while that is going on, the President of the United States and his administration divulged that Israel is contemplating this spring potentially taking out the nuclear weapons facilities that would execute the plan that this website was talking about. Why would an ally, a friend, a close friend, reveal such information, criticize our friend, and hold them up for public scorn at a time when a potential nuclear power is threatening their extermination? Why would a president do that? Why would a president turn his back repeatedly on them, say that they should negotiate from a point of weakness, not be allowed to embargo dangerous people or weapons from coming into their ports? Why? Why would a president unilaterally disarm this country, cutting $500 billion from defense spending, and then propose another $500 billion over the objection of his own Secretary of Defense? And then this week propose almost eliminating our entire nuclear arsenal? Why? What is he possibly thinking? Why does he go and appease, fight every type of sanction that's been put in, that the Congress is forcing on him to put on with respect to Iran, and then pleading for them to negotiate with him? All the while saying, oh, Iran can't get a nuclear weapon, and then fecklessly do virtually nothing to stop it. Cutting our military, putting timelines on troop commitments, which is just an invitation for those who want to fight us to hold on to a date certain. Why would a president of the United States send thousands, tens of thousands of troops into harm's way with rules of engagement to tie one, if not both hands behind their back, and then tell the enemy if they hold on for a year or two that they'll be back and we'll be gone? Why? What possibly is this president doing to our country's security? Well, maybe it's the reason you look at his budget, where he takes hammer and tong to the defense budget. And does he do the same to other areas of the budget? No. No, those areas of the budget grow. You see, we have a president who has a model. Western European countries after World War II, who unilaterally started to disarm, who told their allies and friends, we are no longer going to be there for you, who told the enemies, you're none of our concern anymore, because we have to look inward. We have to build the welfare state, as they did in Europe. The reason NATO, with the exception of a couple of countries, is not an effective tool to help defend our interest or even theirs. It's because they spend virtually nothing on defense and spend everything on maintaining that big safety net, that government dependency. When Obamacare passed, we knew what would be next. We would gut the military. We would withdraw from our foreign commitments and hope that they wouldn't bother us. Here we are. It didn't take 10 years. It didn't take 8 years. It took just 2. And here we are. We're a country that is over $15 trillion in debt, $5 trillion under this president alone, another $1 trillion on the way, and $1 trillion the following year. And what does he want to cut? Defense, which is 17% of the budget. When I was born, it was 60% of the budget. When I was born, entitlement programs were less than 10% of the budget. They are now 60% of the budget, and growing, and that's without Obamacare. The budget growing in entitlements is not just the debt that it incurs, but the freedom that it robs from you. The debt and the regulation of the federal government, crushing business, crushing our economy, leading to high rates of unemployment and uncertainty in the business community.